So I'm listening to this. People try to live their fantasy. I know these people have done horrible things to even children, and they're nasty low life. I don't understand. There's nothing I can do. You can see here is a picture of a neighbor who's a perp. Unfortunately for her, I don't think she should be doing what she's doing because I don't think she's healthy enough. This is not somebody who looks healthy. I'm dying and I can recognize death too. She is so disturbing looking. And some people don't know all of the perps look the same. Right? Some of them look, energized and healthy. Not her. She looked like a ghost. And I'm the one dying. I'm the one who's supposed to be the ghost. She just does not look healthy. If she's healthy, something's not right. The reason why I'm showing this picture is because this is the kind of trash that talks to me and try to make me subscribe to this BS story. I know who I am. You think this piece of shit can make me subscribe to anything? I was listening to some trash over there try to say she's like, they use this low life. They come in all shape and form. I'm not any better than any man. I never thought I'm perfect. The reason why I say these things is because I know what they involved. They do horrible things to me. And I'm sorry if I become very aggressive when I speak to them, but to see this person and see the shit that she is, sorry, they make me say this word, see the trash that she is, and knowing that this person is involved, I'm just thankful. This person calling you a pedo, look at her. Look how humiliating life is. I know who's the truly the pedos. I know what they do to people. I know what she's part of. I know the tactics they use. This manipulation of reality they put together. I know who I am. This kind of people will never make me subscribe. It's not about wealth or anything, but this is somebody who dedicates her time doing bad things to people. There is no bravery, nobility, or dignity in this. And it's worse to see the younger people involved in this. There's this guy he's so disgusting. I just want to see this man. I've seen some of these people. Some of them look sickly too. That's what I don't understand. He cannot be looking unhealthy doing what you. There's this guy, this man, who looks like he's also being starved. Why? And they all try to sound menacing. They're gonna do everything possible to accept, for me to accept them for the facade they create. They do these pedophilia things. They're nasty. They're bottom feeders. And I'd rather be in pain. And I'm going to say that until I cannot speak, because I know there'll be a moment I will not be able to speak. Now what I can see it, what I can breathe and feel minimal pain. Let me just say thank you, God. This could be my life. These people, you think this person can ever tell me who I am? Target individuals. This is the kind of trash who can make you think something. They can try to make you try to say things to get you to subscribe to something. It's like, do you think I know there'll be a day where I'll be in pain, I'll be screaming. I've accepted that. I know what I'm part of. I know why this person is doing this to me. Really, what she's doing this to me. I know the reality. I know that she could be doing this to women and children. There's no torture that's going to make me see this differently. She's not here to protect women and children. She's involved in a program that she definitely torture women and children. Now, do I think that she involved herself in torturing women and children? I'm sure she would. If not her colleagues are. But listen, when they try to make themselves seen, and she had a smirk in her face because she saw me tortured and hurt and everything. She knows what's going to happen to me. I'm looking at her. It's like, oh my gosh, you can actually die before you see this in real time. Now, I know it's going to be bad for me, but do you know what's going to happen to you? When you see yourself in these circumstances, do you see yourself as somebody who's going to live a good life, or things are going to happen happily for you? For the whatever amount of time you still have? Whatever these bottom feeders do, their job is to break you down. They tell you you're nothing. This is the something telling you that. At least she's brave enough to be seen. But this is what you see. You should see the others. There's this trash behind the door. I don't know who she was opening the door. The back of the head starts stimulating. I don't know if it was the kid. I don't know if it's the mother, because they're all tiny. They gave me it's like, oh, she's 8. It's like, oh, whatever. The back of the head turned me on so much. I get stimulation, and they try to create some stuff. They live off in this nastiness, and they tell me like, it's funny how they try to tell me, oh, our kids are gonna fry you. It's like, yeah, like a 14-year-old Xbox player, you gonna listen to that. My death, I'll accept it this way, because there's dignity in this. There truly is. This is biblical. I say, this person what does he look like? Does she look like she's on the good side of whatever universe or whatever? That's why I say these things feels biblical. Look at this person. Is this a person that you want to be? Do you think me dying the way I'm dying, I probably will not be able to eat, suffering, cannot even function, being tormented in the most disturbing ways? Do you think I want to trade places with this person? I'm dying. I know that. I know something is happening to my organs because of this dark energy. I've accepted that. If they tell me I can live longer living in her shoes, in living as her, I would rather die this way. I respect her for showing herself. But please see yourself truly. And this is just one of many. At least her, this is full time. She comes and does these things. I respect that better than these people who try to present themselves as like good. They're like, no, you look good. Yes, thank you. I respect you for that. You know what you are. But I'm not going to let you live your fantasy. There's people who try to play the nice people, huh? And try to be like, oh no, look at us, we're so sensible. So this are even foul, more foul. You at least, I appreciate that. Thank you for your transparency. Even though maybe it's not on purpose. But I respect you. You showed it. At least there's one trash. I remember she was walking with confidence. And I think she keeps walking by here, but not anymore. Like, no, I don't want to be visible anymore. She walked by me, moving her keys. And then I looked at her, and I just shook my head. I was like, you're nasty. And she just she lost her. Like, of course I was not going to attack her. I'll never attack this bottom fetus. Especially now. But I look, you just nasty. She couldn't walk properly. So, oh, you know what's going to come to you. That's why. I remember in the same apartment she come from, somebody said, oh, hope for it. Yo, hope for what exactly? Because I think she's saying hope for bad things to happen to. Do you think I need to hope? Do you think there's a lot of hope needed here? I don't think so. I think there's no need for hope in that regard. Maybe if you ask me, hope for strength, yes. I'll hope for that. Hope for courage, yes. I'll hope for that. Continue to be, I don't want to let them live the fantasy, even though it means more sufferance. I'll hope for that. But I'll never hope for anything bad to happen to you because I know what's going to happen. It's going to happen. Well, I don't know exactly what, but I know it's going to happen. There's no need for hope. Live your life. Watch. You're God's. Do what you do. You are God's. It's your world. It's your money. Your children. You caught me. Yes. You're protecting children. You're not doing the pedophilia type of torture. You're not manipulating my brain. You guys are brave, courageous. Do this thing and watch how it happens. To all my target individuals, see these people. These are the people who try to make you subscribe to something that's so falsified.
They're trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. It's disgusting. Take this whole thing into account so much and make it so dramatic. It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind, putting thoughts of pedophilia. It's disgusting things. You saw where I was going with that first word. Disgusting things that I don't even want to talk about because it makes me sick. I don't even like those words in my mind. But it is what it is. So I have no choice now but to acknowledge that there are people in my surroundings or whatever they're doing I don't know how they do it. I don't care. I don't know if it's through weapons. I don't know. I don't care. I just
The targets were forced to perform homosexual acts on each other against their will and religion in order not to be beaten or killed. This is a common breakdown tactic of belief systems and the human will. In no-touch torture, the techniques are more psychologically specialized for each target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds.
Occasion, I was told I was going to be shot in the face. And it was an older guy. He was like really, really disgruntled and pissed off. Yeah, you're going to get shot in the face. Sound like an angry ass old person. Then a couple of days later, a female said the same thing. Don't get shot in the face. Stupid shit like that. But what I really noticed is with the Voice of Skull, it's a bunch of females. And I'm like, bro, really? You're not a woman. What real woman would stalk another female or sit back and allow that to go on? You really think they think it's nothing wrong with them? Basically, they call me retarded bitch and all of this here, but I was top.
8 billion brains on the planet, potentially. Read them. Marines underwater.
How do you explain this is happening to Len? How do you rationalize?
Come in private. Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
Can I talk? Here's how I do my studies, and I wanted to find the commonalities, but I have to throw away the ones I'm uncertain about that are true targets. Maybe there's natural schizophrenia, there's a whole bunch of chemical imbalances, et cetera.
Right.
These weapons can actually induce and mimic all those diseases and effects. But the conversations, the scripts, they're called, are always the same. I've heard them all. They're slightly tailored for each individual, but they're scripts. And they're meant to confuse the very derogatory. That's just typical breakdown. Have you ever been to boot camp? You're a worm until you're part of the team. And why would you want to break down the ego of that person? To rebuild it. So this gets into creating Manchurian candidates, split personality spies, and information couriers, people that will carry the V2K. So they'll say, we're the Russian government, we're the Chinese government, we're evil aliens, we're Satan's, satanic ritual abuse. And I've heard all these stories. One guy believed it was some 14-year-old kid with an Xbox that lived next door.
I can be free from this torture. Every day has been a miracle of survival. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams